This is the Module 1 video. So for each of the modules in this course, there's going to be a short video just like this one. And the purpose of these videos is just to summarize what we're going to be doing in this module, what your main goals are, and what you should be looking out for. So first of all, I just want to start out talking just a little bit about the field of statistics and why it's important that a statistics course be part of general education. I think a lot of students come into statistics and they think, oh, well, this is a math course. And I don't know how many times students tell me, oh, well, I'm really scared of math. I'm not very good at math. I'm afraid I won't be good at this. Well, the good news is statistics is not a math course. So you really want to approach this course differently than you have, math courses that you've taken in the past. Now, that's not to say that we won't use math. We do use some math as a tool, but really this course is almost more of a language course. There's going to be a lot of vocabulary, a lot of concepts, a lot of ideas, and that's where you really want to put majority of your energy into, is those concepts and those ideas. Like I said, there will be some calculations, but again, you're going to find a lot of vocabulary, and that's where you really want to focus. So one of the most important sets of vocabulary you're actually going to be introduced in this module, and they are the population, the sample, statistic, and parameter. And we're going to use these ideas throughout the course. And the reason that these vocabulary words are so important is that they kind of encapsulate what it is that we're really trying to do with the field of statistics. So generally with statistics, there is some large group that we would like to learn about. And so this large group could be all students at Eastern Kentucky University. It could be all people living in the United States. It could be all women living in Egypt. It's just some large group of people, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be people. It could be animals or objects. But what happens is this group that we want to learn about is so large that collecting data from everyone would be an impossible task. So instead what we do is we look at a small piece of the population and we call that a sample. And we're going to collect data from the sample. And so the idea of the field of statistics is we want to be able to take that information from that small piece, that sample, and learn ways to take the information contained in it to say something about the larger group. And this is done all of the time in the real world, and most of the time you are presented with the results from where someone else has already done this. And that's why it's important to have an understanding of how those results are reached. And that's going to be one of the goals of this course, is just have an understanding of how people take sample data to generalize it and summarize what's actually happening in the whole group or the population. So again, the goal for this module is to really start looking at that vocabulary, and throughout the course you really want to focus on vocabulary. And so one thing that I recommend for students in a course like this is kind of on a separate piece of paper in your notes is just to keep a running list of all of the vocabulary words with their definitions so that you can go back and reference them, and that'll help you memorize and study all of it. So as far as the structure for the course, how you want to approach each of these modules is for each module, there'll either be some videos or a set of notes. We don't have a textbook for this course. Instead, we're trying something new. And what I wanted to do was to write custom notes for you. So these are notes that I've written, and embedded in the notes are going to be videos from other sources or videos that I have made. And the idea is, instead of having you buy a text, I want you to feel like you have the instructor talking to you. So like you're sitting through a lecture, but instead of the lecture, you've got the notes in front of you and the videos so that you can pause and go at your own pace. And so you'll want to start by watching those videos or reading the notes first. You're going to be responsible for any of the material in the notes is for the exams. And then after that, you're going to see a series of discussion board posts, quizzes, and worksheets, and those are to help you practice with the material. Now also embedded in those notes are also more practice problems. So you're going to want to do those before you do the worksheet. So that's kind of like your first chance at trying some of the material, whereas the worksheets, those are going to be graded. So that's typically how most of the modules are going to work, is you'll have notes and then you'll have worksheets. Now, one thing that I really want to emphasize for this course is I don't want you to feel like this is a correspondence course, and I don't want you to feel like you're teaching yourself. I want you to feel like even though this is an online course, you still have dialogue with your fellow students as well as with me. And so that's one of the reasons that we're using the discussion board, so that way you can see what other students are doing in the course. And then I also really want to encourage you at any point, if you have questions or you need clarification, to either contact me or one of the course facilitators, because we're here to help you learn the material. At no point do I want you to feel like you're alone when you have questions, or you've got to go and find a bunch of different sources. I want you to feel like you can come to us and ask us the questions, because that's what we're here for. So I'm going to stop here and let you go ahead and get started in Module 1, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you.